Hello everyone. I do not look my best, but it is a Sunday and the day I washed my hair, so I'm doing a hair mask, a lip mask, and Glam Glow hydrating face mask. So I already made my sister waffles and everything. I'll show that right after. Now I can finally sit down. I was like so busy this morning. I made my mom breakfast. I'll show a photo. I made my sister breakfast, made myself breakfast, and also a quick lunch. And I also edited my vlog from yesterday. So I'm finally like able to sit down, do the intro, and open today's 24 days of tea. We are finding number 9 because it's the 9th today, but you guys will see this video on the 10th. Here's number 9. And oh, it's cute. I don't know if we've had one in a cute little thing like that before. See if I can have this one. Ooh, this sounds good as heck. Fruit infusion, and it's called white cranberry bark. That sounds delicious. And I think that means there's not going to be any chocolate. Won't be allergic. But funny enough, today's video is about my chocolate allergy. That is going to be like the focus around this video. So I'm going to talk about that and like the substitutions I have to make being allergic to chocolate. And I'll talk more about the kind of symptoms I get when I have chocolate. I'm also going to show you guys a fun chocolate cookie recipe that is super healthy. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's oil-free. It's also tastes like chocolate, but it's not chocolate, but you can use chocolate if you want to for the recipe. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys that in today's video. So let's go steep this tea while my hair steeps and my face steeps with all the masks on it. And when I see you guys next time, hopefully I'll have my face done a bit and won't look like such a mess. Okay, so good morning guys. I am making my sister some waffles because I make them every Saturday or Sunday. She had one left yesterday. I'm using a recipe from another lady, which I will put in the description, but I've changed it to make it chocolate. And I also use different kind of oil. So I'll show you guys the final recipe and what it looks like. So it should be fun. My sister loves these waffles. By the way, I do use eggs for this recipe, but as you can see the hay on them, they are from our chickens. Those are the only eggs we eat. Eggs from our chickens. And I would recommend, if you do eat eggs, to purchase from a local farmer. One that you know is sustainable and lets their chickens run free. Or from a local animal sanctuary. So here is my smoothie. It consists of half of a large banana, frozen spinach, half teaspoon chlorella powder, half a teaspoon phytoplankton powder, which is full of EPA, raspberries frozen and mangoes frozen, and then also some orange juice. So this is pasteurized, so it's not raw, but everything else is. And yeah, we're gonna blend this up and have this for lunch along with a raw bagel. So I did my mom's hair a fishtail braid for the first time ever. I've never done one before, so it's not perfect, but I think it's pretty nice. She'll look pretty for work tomorrow like Rapunzel.
I love it.
Yay. Hey guys, it's Charlotte. I'm outside. The beautiful sunset is behind us. Look how pretty it is. Oh my god, we're living. So pretty. But yeah, I am just taking my compost out to my composter. I realized I don't think I've shown you guys my compost, so I thought that I would show you guys. So yeah, just walking to my compost and I'll show you. So here we are coming up to it. Whew. Bunch of the compost soil is in there. We've cleaned it out this summer. Ooh, kind of like unhook it there and then you open it. As you can see, lots of oranges from squeezing my orange juice and lots of bananas and also avocado and kombucha clippings. Literally, I eat so many bananas and I wish there was something that you could do with banana peels that wasn't just compost, because I feel bad. Obviously, they're gonna go back into the earth, but I still feel bad. I'm like, I wish there was something that I could do with banana peels to like make them edible or use them for something. If you guys know, comment, because I'm like, what should I do? I'm in love with the background. Look at that. Oh my god. It's so pretty. Time to go inside and do some dishes and then make the cookies and do a little bit of makeup so I look nice for the thumbnail. But my skin is doing really good. I'm gonna do a skincare routine video as well soon, especially after that hydrating face mask. I'm feeling it.
So for dinner, I had raw sprouted wild rice sushi
And I made my mom white rice sushi. Yummy. Hey guys, so I'm folding laundry and I thought that I'd chat with you guys while I fold laundry about my chocolate allergy. So ever since I turned about like 18, 19, around there, as I was like becoming a young adult, I started getting these really bad backaches, and it would be so bad. I remember one time I was downtown Calgary and I was walking back to my hotel from a restaurant and I had this such intense lower back pain, and it only happens for like about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, but it's so intense that I had to lay down and sit down on the sidewalk of downtown Calgary, and I was in so much pain and people were like stopping their cars. They're like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "It's just, I get these backaches sometimes and it just lasts a few minutes and I have to sit it out." So it was like kind of embarrassing, but it became something that I just had and I didn't really know how to get rid of it. I talked to a doctor I had at the time and she was like, "Oh no, it's probably just normal." I don't know, it just didn't seem normal to me because it was extremely painful. Yeah, just uncomfortable. Same thing happened. I remember I was in Nashville and then I had to lay down as this restaurant was closing on one of their like couch things they had because I was having this super bad back pain. So I didn't know what it was for a long time and I thought it was just something I was gonna have to deal with. And yeah, it would come in my lower back and it would last not long, but it would be so intense and it would just come at weird times. So yes, I didn't know what this was and I just thought it was something I was gonna have to live with. But one time I was hanging out with my Nana at her place and she was talking about how she had lower back pain when she was younger, and she was telling me how she didn't know what it was and it just kept coming, and she had it so bad that she couldn't even get up, and it was just a pain that happened all the time for her. This was way back in the day. She like lived on a farm and everything, and the doctors were saying they were gonna have to operate on her even though they didn't see anything wrong. They were basically just gonna mess around in her back to try to fix something. And she's like, "I'm not about this. I don't think that that's proper to be doing and like messing around in her back." So she's like, "Maybe it's something I'm eating. It must be." So she cut out a bunch of things, nothing yet, and then she cut out chocolate and away went the backaches. So when she told me that, it didn't click at first, and then as she was telling me, I was like, "Oh my god, Nana, I get really bad backaches. Do you think it's because of chocolate?" And then my dad said he gets the same back pain and it's because of chocolate, and then one of my uncles has the exact same thing with the chocolate. And I was like, oh my god, I had never really talked to my dad about it before, so I guess it just like, it never came up in conversation and we never knew. So then I was like, holy crap, it must be the chocolate. I cut out chocolate right away and I don't have any of it, and away went the backaches. For my Nana, it was even worse. It would be like all the time. But for me and from my uncle and from my dad, what it is we have it and then it's not right away, and it wasn't right away from my Nana either. It doesn't happen right away, but as it's digesting, the theobromine, which is like the caffeine in the chocolate, it's still like a different molecular compound than caffeine in coffee, but the theobromine in the chocolate causes triggers some kind of thing in our back, and it gives us this back pain while it's digesting a day or a day and a half down the road. So it doesn't happen right away. So you can like have the chocolate, enjoy it, and then you pay the price like the next day. That's not that fun. Especially recently, my chocolate backaches have been getting even worse. So I have the chocolate and then the next day it would last like for a longer period of time. So it's gotten to the point for me where I just cannot have chocolate at all. It's just, I have to write it off. Like, it's an allergy. My body does not respond well to it. And who knows what else is happening in my body when I have the chocolate if it doesn't respond well. Like, it could be doing damage somewhere. So it's better that I just don't have any chocolate and I cut it out. But that's, yeah, basically about my allergy. It's really interesting because it's definitely the theobromine, because same thing, my uncle said that, yeah, he can have white chocolate, and I've tried it. I can have white chocolate. I can have cacao butter. Funny enough, white chocolate with dairy responds better for me than like pure dark raw chocolate, because it's the theobromine that has the effect on me. So funny enough, even though I'm vegan from my body for chocolate, it actually is better for my body if I have like white chocolate than if I have like the purest form of dark chocolate. Actually, more dark chocolate that is pure and raw and organic is actually worse for me, because then the cocoa and the theobromine isn't diluted at all, so it has a higher content in it, which equals worse backaches for me. So lots of fun. It sucks, but it's just part of life, and I have found ways to work around it. So for example, the white chocolate, and I make homemade white chocolate. There's this really good, I think it's called like Go Max, and it is a vegan white chocolate Reese's bar. It's like really rare, so it's hard to get. I can only get it at like a couple health food stores, and they aren't always in stock, but it's really, really good. That's what I do. So basically, when I'm finished doing laundry, I am going to make a cookie recipe for you guys to kind of just show you how I incorporate carob and other things into my diet to substitute chocolate, and how I make that work for me and my allergy. So the recipe that I'm going to show you guys, you can make it with chocolate, you can make it with chocolate chips, but I'm going to show you guys my version of a cookie recipe that I make for myself that tastes so good, just like chocolate, but it has no chocolate in it at all. Yay! So yeah, just keep on watching. Hopefully this is informative. It's really interesting because this is an allergy that, yeah, runs on my dad's side of the family. It's not something very common, not something our doctors can even diagnose. We just have to find it out ourselves, trial and error, which is kind of scary, because what if my Nana had never found out? Then my dad wouldn't know, my uncle wouldn't know, I wouldn't have known. So it just, and what if they had messed around with her back and like paralyzed her or something? I don't know, it just scared. And in case anyone else has that too, maybe now they could know and they can cut out chocolate and their back pain will go away. That would be amazing, because I know it's been amazing for me. Also, let me know in the comments if you guys are allergic to anything, and if you are, what it is.
So these are some of the ingredients. All of them will be in the description, so it's easier to follow. And this recipe is also in my purely plant-based cookbook. So preheat to 350, and then start by adding all your dry ingredients into a bowl. So here I'm measuring out the 2/3 of a cup of carob powder. If you aren't allergic to chocolate, or just want to make it with chocolate and don't want to try carob, you can use cocoa powder for this. Then add to the bowl 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Next comes our sugar substitute, which is 1 cup of stevia. Then add a pinch of pink salt, and I feel like that meme guy here, the one pinching salt. Then the final ingredients for the dry ingredients are 1/2 cup of carob chips. You can use chocolate chips if you'd like, and also 1/4 of a cup of white chocolate chips. These ones, I'll have the link in description, are vegan, and I find them on Amazon. Now just whisk that all together. And to get started on the wet ingredients, put 1 cup of almond butter into a bowl, and it can be toasted almond butter because this isn't a raw recipe and you don't want to spend that extra money for the raw stuff. And then 1/2 cup of aquafaba, which is chickpea water from a can of drained chickpeas, or from chickpeas that you boil yourself. This actually works as an egg substitute. And add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, almond extract, orange oil, or mint oil. And again, just whisk this all together until well combined. Now make a well in your dry ingredients, and once you've done that, you can add in your wet ingredients, and make sure to really scrape out the bowl and get everything in there. And then fold it in, and you will slowly start seeing it become a delicious and ooey gooey dough, and it's just so good, guys. Seriously, the best. You might just eat it all raw because that's how good it is. Now it's time to put the cookies on the cookie pan. So just get a tablespoon, you can have it heaping a bit but not too much, of the dough, and then just spoon it out. I find that the recipe makes approximately 22 cookies, and that's if you don't eat any of the dough. I should also mention, give them proper spacing, especially if you're using chocolate, because they really spread out when you use that. Now take a fork and just press down each cookie to give it like the classic fork cookie look.
Biscuit can have the cookies because they don't have real chocolate, since me and Biscuit are both allergic to chocolate. So, Biscuit, come here. You want a treat? Here. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Enjoy your carob cookie, Biscuit. Oh, good girl. Say bye. See you guys.